So, you've just downloaded Mobile Legends. Now what? There are more than 100 heroes, 5 different roles, 3 lanes, dozens of items, and millions of players who somehow already know exactly what they're doing. In this complete beginner guide, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to playing your very first match, understanding the map, choosing the right hero, and eventually unlocking ranked mode. So if your goal is to become a better player and rank up faster, make sure you watch this video until the very end. Let's begin. So, after creating your account, complete the beginner tutorial. You'll also receive free rewards, battle points, and even a few free heroes. Every beginner asks, which hero should I play first? My recommendation is Deerroth, and here's why. Deerroth is one of the easiest fighters to learn. That's exactly what a beginner needs. Don't worry if you don't know what a fighter is. We'll cover every single role later in this guide. For now, just remember one thing. If you're completely new to Mobile Legends, Deerroth is an excellent hero to start with. Before you can play ranked mode, you'll need to complete several classic matches. Don't focus on getting lots of kills. Instead, focus on learning. The goal isn't to win every game. The goal is to improve every game. Now that you've created your account and played your first few matches, it's time to understand the most important part of Mobile Legends, the map. When the match starts, you'll notice the map is divided into 3 different lanes. Each lane has a different purpose, and each role has its own responsibility. The 3 lanes are Gold Lane, Mid Lane, and EXP Lane. Don't just go to any lane. Always follow the lane assigned to your role. Let's start with the Gold Lane. This lane is mainly for Marksman. You might be wondering, why is it called the Gold Lane? It's because the siege minions in this lane carry extra gold. That extra gold helps the marksman buy items much faster. And in Mobile Legends, more items mean more damage. So if you're playing a marksman, stay in the gold lane during the early game. Farm safely. Don't fight unnecessarily. Your main goal is to become stronger for the late game. EXP lane. This lane is usually played by fighters. The minions here give extra experience. That means you'll level up faster than players in the other lanes. And reaching level 4 quickly is extremely important, because at level 4, you unlock your ultimate skill. And for many heroes, that's where they become much stronger. If you're playing Deerroth, your job is simple. Clear your minion wave, reach level 4 as fast as possible, and get ready to help your team. Mid lane. Now let's talk about the mid lane. This lane belongs to mages. It's the shortest lane on the map, and that's actually a huge advantage, because after clearing the minions, the mage can quickly rotate to the top lane, or the bottom lane, to help teammates secure kills. Good mages don't stay in mid lane forever. They clear, they rotate, they help, and then they return. That's called map rotation, and it's one of the most important skills in Mobile Legends. Now let's talk about one of the most important roles in Mobile Legends, the roamer. Many new players avoid this role because it doesn't get many kills. But don't underestimate it. A great roamer can carry an entire team without being the highest damage dealer. What does a roamer do? The roamer doesn't stay in one lane. They move around the entire map. They protect teammates. They provide vision. They start team fights. And they save teammates from dangerous situations. Think of the roamer as the team's bodyguard. If your marksman is being attacked, the roamer should be there. If your jungler is taking the turtle, the roamer should protect them. If your team wants to invade the enemy jungle, the roamer goes first. Checking bushes. Here's one responsibility that many beginners forget. Checking bushes. Never let your marksman or mage walk into a bush first. That's the roamer's job. Roamers are built to survive. They have high health and strong defensive abilities. They can safely check whether an enemy is hiding. Giving vision is just as valuable as getting kills. Starting team fights. A good roamer knows when to engage. They wait for the perfect moment. They use their crowd control. They lock down important enemies. And then the rest of the team follows. A bad engage can lose the fight, but a perfect engage can win the entire game. The jungler, the game changer. Now let's move on to one of the hardest roles for beginners, the jungler. If the jungler performs well, the entire team becomes stronger. But if the jungler falls behind, the whole team will struggle. What does the jungler do? Unlike the other roles, the jungler doesn't stay in a lane. They farm monsters inside the jungle. They take the blue buff. They take the red buff. They secure neutral objectives. And they surprise enemies with quick attacks. This is called ganking. The blue buff and red buff. The blue buff reduces mana consumption and lowers skill cooldowns. That's why it's especially useful for heroes who rely on skills. The red buff adds extra damage and slows enemies. It's perfect for heroes who depend on basic attacks. These buffs make the jungler much stronger, so teammates should never steal them during the early game. The turtle. At around 2 minutes into the match, the turtle appears. This is the first major objective. When your team defeats the turtle, everyone receives extra gold and experience. The player who secures it also gains a shield. That's why teams often fight around the turtle. If you're nearby, help your jungler secure it. The Lord. Later in the match, the Lord appears, and this objective is even more important. When your team defeats the Lord, he'll march down a lane and fight alongside your team. The Lord can destroy towers, pressure the enemy base, and create the perfect opportunity to finish the game. So now you know the map. There are a few important tips that every beginner should know. These simple habits can make you improve much faster than most new players. So let's go through them. Watch the minimap. The minimap is one of the most important tools in the game. Unfortunately, most beginners barely look at it. Instead, they only focus on what's happening in front of them. That's a huge mistake. Try to check the minimap every 3 to 5 seconds. It tells you where your teammates are, which enemies are visible, and which enemies are missing. If 2 or 3 enemies suddenly disappear from the map, don't keep pushing your lane. They could be coming to gank you. Backing away for a few seconds is much better than giving the enemy a free kill. They all lost matches. They all made mistakes, but they kept learning. So don't get discouraged if you lose. Learn from your mistakes. Skill doesn't come overnight. It comes with practice, and keep improving one game at a time. If this guide helped you, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And ranking tips to help you become a better player. Comment below and tell me which hero or role you'd like me to cover next. And your suggestion might be the next video on this channel. Thank you so much for watching.